Hello, students, teachers, parents, history nerds. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Nutshelled History, where we lay out the facts, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We are continuing our ancient history series by looking at Egypt under the Pharaohs. Don't forget that there's a link for a fill-in-the-blank worksheet in the description. I just ask that you like and subscribe. I apologize for any mispronunciations ahead of time. I do my best. As in the Fertile Crescent of Mesopotamia, life in ancient Egypt depended upon the Nile River. The river provided rich soil that helped support a great civilization, Nile River Valley. The Nile is the world's longest river. It flows northward toward Egypt from its source hundreds of miles to the south. It flows through the vast Sahara Desert, which stretches across most of North Africa. Along the way are cataracts, or rocky rapids. These cataracts made it impossible for boats to travel from Egypt southward on the Nile into other parts of Africa. As the Nile reaches the Mediterranean Sea, the river slows and fans out into an area of streams and marshes. As the water slows, it drops soil that is picked up as it flowed through the land. This area of soil deposited at the mouth of the river is called a delta. A narrow strip of land along the banks of the Nile had rich, dark soil. This fertile land was created by the yearly flooding of the Nile. The floods left behind rich soil. The ancient Egyptians named their country Kemet, meaning the Black Land. On either side of the Black Land were the sands of the Sahara. The Egyptians called this the Red Land. How did Egyptian civilization develop? Farmers began growing grain in Egypt more than 7,000 years ago. Over time, they developed ways to grow more and more food. For example, they learned how to build earthen walls around fields to trap floodwater. This simple form of irrigation helped make up for low levels of rainfall. In time, Egypt's farmers were able to grow more food than they needed, a surplus. With food surpluses, some people were able to build wealth and power. They were able to pay others to supply them with nice clothing, jewelry, or other items. The places where people gathered to make and trade these goods grew larger over time, eventually becoming the first cities. The cities were centers of trade and culture in Egypt's increasingly complex society, the kingdoms of Egypt. During the 3000s BCE, two Egyptian kingdoms developed in the Nile River Valley. Egyptian legend tells that a King Narmer united the two kingdoms in about 3100 BCE. He became the first pharaoh, or king, of a united Egypt. Narmer also established Egypt's earliest dynasty, or ruling family. The pharaoh relied on a bureaucracy, or system of offices and officials that handled the business of government. The bureaucracy collected taxes from farmers. It used what it collected to support the government. This system of bureaucracy and taxation influenced later governments. How was Egyptian society organized? Rule by the pharaohs depended on the loyalty of the people. Their work supported the pharaoh and the Egyptian government. Egypt's social order helped ensure the pharaoh would enjoy the people's loyalty and labor. Egyptian society was organized like a pyramid. The pharaoh was at the top, and people regarded him as a god king. Below the pharaoh were nobles, priests, and officials. They helped govern Egypt. Scribes kept records for the bureaucracy. In the next level of society were merchants and artisans. Artisans such as painters, builders, and stonecutters worked on tombs and temples. At the bottom of the pyramid were farmers, servants, and slaves. During the growing season, farmers raised Egypt's food. During the rest of the year, they labored on the pharaoh's building projects. Egyptian religion was central to Egyptian life. Egyptians believed in many gods. The gods could be kind or dangerous. They controlled everything from flooding of the Nile to the death of a child. To please the gods, people built temples and offered prayers and gifts. The belief that the pharaoh was a god on earth helped increase the pharaoh's power. No one dared disobey a pharaoh. Priests also enjoyed great power. Egyptians sought to enjoy a good afterlife by living a good life on earth. They also preserved the bodies of the dead. They developed special processes for making mummies, preserved bodies, great rulers. Pharaohs ruled Egypt for more than 3,000 years. Queen Hatshepsut, Thutmose III, and Ramses II are three of Egypt's most famous rulers. And now, the nutshell. Much like Mesopotamia's river-loving ancestors, ancient Egypt owed its entire existence to the Nile, a river so long it could double as a scenic tour of half of Africa. It sliced through the unforgiving Sahara like a watery miracle, bringing floods, fabulous mud, also known as fertile soil, and the occasional travel headache thanks to some pesky rapids called cataracts. At the river's mouth, it flared out into a marshy delta, perfect for farming and mosquito parties. This yearly flooding turned Egypt's narrow strip of land into Kemet, or the Black Land, while the surrounding desert, less inviting, was dubbed the Red Land. With time, savvy farmers built flood-catching walls, grew more food than they could eat, and basically invented surplus-fueled civilization. Villages grew into cities, cities into kingdoms, and around 3100 BCE, a guy named Narmer pulled a political power move and united the kingdoms, kicking off the reign of the Pharaohs. These god kings sat atop a social pyramid of nobles, scribes, artisans, and a whole lot of hardworking farmers and slaves. Religion was a big deal too, full of gods who could bless your crops or ruin your day, and mummification was how you got VIP access to the afterlife. Egypt churned out great rulers for 3,000 years, like Queen Hatshepsut, Thutmose III, and Ramses II, who all left their mark and a bunch of monuments for us to marvel at today. There you have it, folks. That is Egypt under the Pharaohs nutshell. Thanks for stopping by Nutshelled History. Don't forget to knock those like and subscribe buttons for me. I'll see y'all next time on Nutshelled History.